How's it going, Bruins fans? Welcome into another episode of the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast on Sports Illustrated from the Fans First Sports Network. My name is Tom Cavanaugh. You can follow me at TCAV30 on Twitter/X and follow our insider pages at UCLA Insider on SI, both on Twitter/X and over on Facebook. Today we're looking at UCLA football recruiting, and we're going to kind of just dive into the top three recruits coming out of the 2026 recruiting class that have already committed to the UCLA program. There's a handful right now, 8 hard commits that we can look up and down at, but there's 3 that I really want to hone in on at the very top of this list that are going to make, huge impacts. You got 2 guys on the offensive side of the ball, 1 on defense, and I think it starts with the 4-star 2026 tight end Camden Jensen. He committed to UCLA not too long ago, roughly about a week ago. He's entering his senior year at Heritage High School. He's out of Littleton, Colorado. And, ranked the 2nd overall recruit in the state of Colorado, the 17th best tight end in the country for that 2026 class, and he's a top 400 player in the nation, ranked 391 overall. And he picked UCLA over schools like Nebraska, Florida, Missouri, Arkansas. He had so many offers coming out. He had 23 total. Took a couple of visits, and he wants to stay out on that western side of the country and play for the Bruins, which is huge for UCLA. Right now they have Hudson Habermill, who is kind of starring in that tight end role, but it's kind of some big shoes to fill from Maliki Matavao, who was drafted in the 7th round by the New Orleans Saints this year. And he was kind of the main pass catcher for the Bruins last season. If they can find someone like Matavao in Camden Jensen, this is going to be tight end U for the Bruins for years to come. If they're able to continue to grab guys at 6'6", 250, that's what Jensen weighs in at currently, that's major. So I think he's the number one recruit that jumps off the board when you talk about guys that have already been hard commits. He made his announcement back on May 18th, and hopefully all up until he gets on campus in 2026, that stays the same. Second, we have Jaron Pula. He is a 4-star wide receiver out of American Fork, Utah. And this is a guy that has a lot of potential, and the Bruins, being a school that, have bred wide receiver talent over the years. They got a couple guys this season that are going to make their mark. I think Pula could be a huge piece, and his brother as well already committed. You got both Pula brothers. I think they're twins. I would have to venture to say so, considering they're both in the 2026 class. His brother Keenan Pula, he's a 3-star, just a little bit underneath him, but the two both committed. So for Jaron, committed back in September of last year, back in 2024, and entering his senior year. He's one of the top players in the state of Utah. 7th overall in the state. He's the 61st overall wide receiver in the country. And then you look at nationally, he's the 390th national prospect for that 2026 class. Pula's, he really impressed me with his decision to come to UCLA. I know the Bruins kind of get a lot of in-state recruits. They get a lot of guys from the western side of the state, but out in Utah, those guys can go one way or the other. They can either go east, Midwest, back to the western side over there, but he picked UCLA over schools like Alabama, Arizona State, Auburn. Those are some of his top selections with 25 total offers for the kid. And for him to want to be a Bruin, really a tip of the cap to head coach Deshaun Foster, the rest of that recruiting staff that was able to market the program well enough to bring a guy like this in, especially a 4-star, to the Bruin program that has been 5-7 now for a record in the last 2 seasons. Just really have not gained a ton of traction, but I think Pula was very happy to hear that both Nico and Madden Ayamaleva are going to be quarterbacks for the Bruins, and he's going to be catching passes from either one of the guys in the next couple of years. Final guy on our list here is Anthony Jones, a 3-star out of Irvine, California at the defensive line position, standing 6'5", just under 300 pounds. Anthony is a menace, and he is going to be a huge piece to the defensive line. Him and Yaya God as well. Yaya, he committed just last week, and so did Anthony Jones back on May 15th. This is a guy that, in the state of California where there is so much talent, it's a huge state, so obviously it's going to be tougher to rank higher. He's the 40th overall prospect in the state of California and the 45th defensive lineman in the country. So when you look at it, there's a ton of really talented defensive linemen. And if you make the top 50 there, that's a big deal. And I know it only says he's a 3-star recruit, but this is a guy with potential to be a 4 or 5-star recruit by the end of his senior year at Crean Lutheran High School. Picked UCLA over schools like Tennessee, Arizona State, Arkansas. 19 total offers on the list for him. He picked over Michigan, picked over Ohio State, Ole Miss, San Diego State, Texas A&M. I could go on. USC as well. He knew that he wanted to be a Bruin, and I'm excited to see what Anthony's able to put together on the field for UCLA and head coach Deshaun Foster, defensive coordinator Akaika Malloy, because at that size, 6'5", 290, 295, this is a guy that can get to the quarterback with lateral, agile movements, can recognize, pass, or run. Last season, he had a pretty good year, picking up 54 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, 14 quarterback hurries, and 1 interception as well. So he's got active hands on that defensive line to tip balls in the air, help out interceptions for his buddies, and then also for himself. And he's able to get in the backfield and make some plays. So on the defensive side, we had to pick 2 of these standout impact players on offense. But then you look at the defense, Anthony Jones will be the highlight star of that 2026 class coming in, alongside a guy in Yaya God, another 3-star that we got to mention as well. He made his commitment, and he's going to be an absolute stud for the Bruins as well. Can't wait for those 4 guys to get onto campus in just a couple of years and show what they can do in Bruin uniforms. That's going to do it for us here from the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast from the Fans First Sports Network. My name is Tom Cavanaugh. Follow me at TCAV30 on Twitter/X, and also follow our insider pages at UCLA Insider on SI, both on Twitter/X and over on Facebook. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow talking more UCLA athletics.